So, Lisa, what happens now? I mean,
Well,
all this information, what happens now?
Based on some of the information that you've put out on the website, my next step is just going to the police department. I don't have any choice. We're not going to get any money back. I mean, we've had letters come in from folks that know about the situation, and we're going to have to cut our losses. And hopefully the legal system will shut the business down, her business down for good, that she cannot resurrect herself again under another name. She needs to be out of the collections business. And I would hope some of these collection companies would, rise up and say, we don't want a rogue, even though that's a different sort of a business that I don't know the side of it, but it's difficult to say the least.
Yeah.
And there's got to be some accountability in that field from this ever happening again to other consumers.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, I wasn't originally from Columbus, and little by little, this whole thing has really gotten me out into the community. Let me tell you. And but I think someone would be pretty stupid to try this again. I mean, I think there's too many people know about this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but I do think that the Cobra, collection agencies as a whole, we really need to keep a more careful eye in light of all of this.
Sure do. Sure do.
Well, Carrie, you're a bookkeeper here. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're in charge of the money and all that. And so you monitor that very, very closely.
I do.
And I have to admire, I kind of want you to work with me. Boy, she's fighting so hard, it's not even her money. I mean, you two are just fighting so hard, and it's unbelievable. See, at least I'm the owner of the company, so but you guys, I'm just amazed.
We have faces behind the names. Every one of those people that I turned over, I know that homeowner.
Right.
And I know that.
We're embarrassed too, somewhat. I mean, our homeowners have been, we did lose a couple of homeowners that they didn't feel like the collections effort was being ramped up. And when I had to explain to them that their money got collected from that former tenant, the collection agency that I had hired just didn't come through, they decided that they would take the business elsewhere. But thankfully, that's been very few and far between.
Lisa, let me just say on camera, and without giving out names, let's just say that very few people in our line of business was immune, if you were of any significance. Right. Let's just put it that way. I mean, that report, they may have moved the business, but if they were of any significance, I feel very confident that they were impacted as well. It's just that we were the ones that were willing to speak out and the others did. And I'm not slamming on them. I respect their privacy, but I just don't want you guys to be thrown under the bus, for coming out public. It's easy to shoot the person that's out there. And I just didn't want you to get shot down. And quite frankly, my reputation's at stake too. I'm actually way smaller than you guys, but I'm not from around here, and you do me wrong, I'm going to do it. And that's why I reached out, and tried to create this little alliance, because I knew I wasn't alone. If she was going to scam on my little bit of money, are you kidding me?
Sure.
With a bigger account, she's getting away with murder, and it turned out with you guys, she did.
I've had other people call me that have had her collect for them, and one of the homeowners had refused to allow his stuff to be collected from something that had happened in the past.
Yeah.
And he's also a physician here in town, and he had not wanted to use her anymore and wanted to make sure that we weren't using her whenever he was turning some things over to collection.
Exactly.